In this training module, you'll be learning how to drive the iconic LNER Class A3 steam locomotive number 60103, better known as Flying Scotsman. During this brief introduction, you'll be taken through the critical driving controls and performing passenger operations. When you're ready, climb onto the footplate. Take a seat at the driver's position so that For this introduction, you'll be completing a full loop of the circuit and performing passenger operations when you reach the next stop. Let's prepare this locomotive for departure. Open the cylinder cocks to remove any water from the cylinders after the locomotive has been left standing. Water in the cylinders can damage the locomotive. The reverser determines the direction of travel and how much steam is consumed as the locomotive moves. Move the reverser into the full forward position. This ensures that you'll get the maximum amount of power to get the train moving. As you pick up speed, to begin loading passengers, you will need to open the passenger doors. It's time to depart. Close the passenger doors. Unlike other steam locomotives you may have operated, this locomotive has had its vacuum brakes upgraded to air brakes. The locomotive brake applies braking force on just the locomotive, whereas the train brake applies it to the entire formation. As this train has air brake equipped coaches, we'll be using the train brake. The regulator acts like the throttle for steam locomotives. It controls how much steam is delivered into the cylinders. Slowly, starting to pick up speed, move the reverser toward mid-gear. This reduces the amount of steam let into the cylinders and saves energy. Now that the locomotive is moving, you can open the regulator some more. After a few wheel rotations, you can close the cylinder cocks. This locomotive was originally built in 1923 as one of Sir Nigel Wesley's new A1 class called Pacifics and was numbered 1472. It would later, along with all but one of the other A1 locomotives, be upgraded and modified into an A3. In 1924, this locomotive was chosen as a flagship example of the British Empire Exhibition, where it was given the number 4472 and its now famous name after the Flying Scotsman Express service between Edinburgh and London. In 1934, Flying Scotsman was recorded at 100 miles per hour on a special test run, officially making it the first locomotive UK to reach that speed. The test run proved to the LNER's directors that steam power could provide most means, negating the plan for the government to diesel-powered high-speed services. Sir William McAlpine took the steam locomotive to Australia, making it the first steam locomotive to circumnavigate the globe. While in Australia in 1989, it also set the record for the longest non-stop run by a steam locomotive at 422 miles. After 23 years of ownership, McAlpine sold Scotsman to Tony Marchington for £1.25 million. However, due to the expense of maintaining and running the locomotive, Marchington chose to withdraw his ownership and began looking for someone else to buy it. Fortunately, in 2004, a campaign by the National Railway Museum resulted in a surge in popularity for the locomotive, and the museum was granted a £1.8 million grant to purchase it and make it part of the national collection, along with extensive public donations. Now that the train has stopped, you can open the passenger doors. Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this locomotive.